What's up, fellas? Had to blow off a little steam. I want to talk about the war on terrorism. We've been in this for over 10 years now. The war on terror. And it's been unquestionably the stance of our nation to not negotiate with terrorists. Let me ask you this. If someone takes your child and then an entity such as the government forces you to pay the ransom to this person who kidnapped your child, would you say that is terrorism? I would say so. In my 2 trips to Iraq, I should know what terrorism is about. And this is more cut and dry terrorism than anything in the Middle East, anything in Afghanistan, anything in Iraq or Syria. This is homegrown terrorism, where women can make a vow, a promise to you, then break it, abandon you, take your child, and then make you pay for it. I want y'all to think about what that's all about. The very root of that is terrorism, my friends. And if we have a government that supports terrorism, supports terrorist activity, then that government is not for the people and it's not by the people. I'll tell you that. There's some awful, dirty tactics going on. I look at the equipment grab in Virginia attempt. The First and Second Amendment being whittled away. And this vast support of terrorists, of homegrown terrorist activity, is not to be tolerated. And I'm with Hammerhand on this one. If I gotta go hang out behind bars, it's better than living in a world where I'm a slave. At least behind bars, I know why I'm there. I know what that's all about. In the world, and I got told this tonight, you just deal with it. If you gotta pay it, just pay it. Or if you lose custody, then just, that's just, you gotta deal with it. Suck it up, be a man. Nope. Being a man means I stand up against that shit. And if that means I have to go behind bars to be an example for the rest of you guys, I'm gonna do it. Because no man deserves to have to suck it up and deal with it. No man has to deal with this kind of terrorism in their lives. It's absurd. And these are Christian people. And I'm a Christian. I'm a real Bible-believing Christian. And any Christian who goes to the divorce court and destroys their significant other and kidnaps their child, they wrote off their Christian label the second they did that. Because that has nothing to do with the Bible. That has nothing to do with religion. And I'm tired of people using religion, using the Christian name for terrorist activity. I'm not going to be involved in that. As a real Christian, when you make an oath to something, I don't care if you're not a Christian, if you're a pagan, or if you're a Buddhist, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Hindu, I don't care what your religion is. If you make a pact, if you make a promise, and you renege on that promise completely willingly, you are a hypocrite, and you are not a moral person. You're not a person of any kind of standard. You don't deserve any respect from me or any religion or any other person on this planet. You're not deserving of jack shit. For you to even bring up religion in this while doing this to someone, it makes religion look bad. And I'm here to tell you folks that that is not religion. That's not what religion is about. Religion is about having a standard and sticking to that standard. Not reneging on it. Not being a hypocrite. It's saying, hey, I'm not going to do this, and then not doing it. It's taking a stand. Standing by morals and principles. Things that you set forth. I'm not passing this line. I'm drawing a line in the sand. I'm not passing it. And then not doing it. And holding by your word. That breeds respect. But all these motherfuckers out here that don't have an ounce, they don't have a hair of any kind of moral, they don't deserve your respect. They don't deserve anyone's respect. And if anything, they deserve to be behind bars. Not people who make a stand. So think about that, brothers. This world is full of hypocrites. Full of immorality. If you're not religious, you're not a Christian, you're not a Muslim, you're not a Buddhist, Hindu, pagan, you name it. I'm saying if you're not religious, but you still have some kind of standard for yourself. I don't think this is right. I think this is right. Right? That's how it should be. People should have a standard, and we come to a consensus on what's wrong and right in our laws. And we are supposed to have a democracy. We're supposed to have a system where people vote saying, hey, yeah, killing people without a reason should be illegal. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not a Christian. I'm a Buddhist. I agree with that. We come to consensus, and that becomes law. And I'm saying There's a degradation of that in the society where people are saying there's no lines. The lines are gone. Do whatever you want. Or as Aleister Crowley says, do what thou wilt. Straight from Lucifer himself. Do what thou wilt. Just do what you want. There's no lines in the sand. There's nothing. You can cross any border you want. You can do whatever you want. That's a dangerous thing to get into, people. And that's what society is going to. Do whatever you want. Do what thou wilt. That's great. You can do what you want. But if it starts affecting other people, if it's affecting my life, it's affecting other people's lives, that's where we draw the line as far as laws. If you're doing something that's hurting other people, and then they complain about it, and the majority of the people are complaining about it, then you're the one in the wrong. We gotta have some kind of standards. We gotta have some kind of moral backbone to our society, saying that this is right and this is wrong. And drawing a line, saying, I'm not crossing that. And we gotta come back to that. If we don't come back to that, this country's already going downhill. But we're gonna be lost. We're gonna be completely... People talk about this World War III. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming right here on the home front. Because nobody has a backbone anymore. Nobody has morals. Nobody has standards that they live by. And until that happens, World War III is on the way. So, take what you want from it. I don't negotiate with terrorists. And I have a moral backbone. And I set standards. And I draw a line in the sand. Like Leonidas, the 300. You're not going any further. Our shields are up. You can try. You can take my life. But I'm not moving. This shield is not moving. The phalanx. You look at that. Where 300 can stand against 1,000,000. And that's what we are, fellas. It's 300. Don't break the ranks. Don't renege on things. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't back down. Hold your shield up. And stand in your line. Because the hordes are coming. The hordes of invaders are coming to break the ranks. And all it takes is one stepping out of that rank. And that's the end of the phalanx. That's the end of our strength. So stand firm in your beliefs. Don't give an inch. And tonight, we dine in hell.